Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to try to keep this quick because this is super quick. It is super easy, but sometimes the instruction takes a little bit longer and I mess up a lot. So I just wanted to show you, this is pretty much the exact same thing that we did a couple weeks ago when I did the fat quarter uh, face mask. Very, very simple. But then I was able to upgrade that to where we can put the straps inside and it can be truly reversible. So I'm super excited about this. And then this one, I've seen people, oh, this is the top. So I have the straps cut smaller on the bottom because we don't need such long straps on the bottom. But these ones I think would be cute if somebody did HTV lips or even embroidery, did lips on this one. And then teeth in there like that. I don't know if you've seen that video on the internet, but it's so cute. There's a lady, she makes a smiley face in it, and whenever it opens, it's, you know, just a big face full of teeth. Anyhow, so this one is going to a friend in Las Vegas, and I'm going to show you how to cut the fat quarter, and then we're going to make one for her husband. Okay, these ones are big. Just wanted to say real quick, these are big. These are full coverage. They will cover you all the way to your ears. They were kind of made with men in mind with this size, but whenever I wore mine, I love it. I mean, I don't love it. I hate wearing a mask, but I love that it covers my whole face. So let's just get on with it. Okay. This is not a fat quarter that I found in the store. However, what did I do with those fat quarters? I had fat quarters for examples for you if you're not comfortable with fat quarters, don't really know about them, and I have no idea where they went. Well, isn't that fun? Par for the course though. Okay, in any case, it's 18 by 21 piece of fabric. Okay, so this is some fabric. I'm pretty sure I found this at Walmart. It's kind of thin, but I love the pattern. I really, really love the pattern. So we're not going to get too hung up on it being cut perfectly, but if you need to cut it perfectly, go ahead and get your rotary tool out and cut these. But what we're just going to do is just kind of a dirty cut job. Okay. So we're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to cut up one side. Oops. I hope you can see this. It's hard for me to know what you guys are seeing or not. Okay, and then from here, we're just going to fold it up and line it up as best as we can on each side. The side, you know, that we just cut being the line up the most is it's gonna line up the most. Okay, over here it could be different sizes because my cutting is crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and cut down now this side, down the bottom, cutting right into the middle there. Just not one at a time, cutting both pieces at one time. Okay, and then we're going to, we're going to take this and we're going to flip this up, and again lining up that side and kind of smooth it out, and then we're going to cut off that top stuff. And that's going to do, it's going to be good enough, but if you are, you know, a very precise sewer, and on some projects I am, but on this I want this to be as easy as humanly possible for everybody. So this is like level everybody. Okay, so now you have enough pieces for 2 masks. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now let's get our fabric together. I don't know her husband at all, so I'm not going to guess on things that he likes or anything like that. I'm just going to go with something that's nice. Something I would also wear. But, you know, a man would also wear. Okay. Okay, and so from here, we're going to line them up face to face. So the front of them to each other. And just try to line up, I try to line up the frayed parts with each other because we want to cut those off at the end. Just kind of do our best. Let's see. Oh good, we're not going to have to do any extra cutting. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to sew along here. We're going to stuff a piece of, where's all my pieces? So I have these three, I should have four pieces of strapping cut, and it's just about a thumb width wide strips of t-shirt material. This was actually part of my son's pants, or it was camisole, I don't remember, but it's t-shirt material. So what we're going to do is we're going to be stuffing them in there and then sewing down here, and then stuffing the other one in there, sewing over it, turning the corner, coming over here, and then we're going to flip it inside out and stuff the pieces in the other side. And super fun and easy, guys. I'm so excited to show you this. Okay, I'm threaded and ready to go, but I just wanted to let you guys know I realigned my pieces with the edges that I'm going to be sewing to, instead of to the edges that I'm going to end up either just pushing in or cutting off. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Okay. So this first row, we're not adding straps, we're just cutting. I like to use the number 3 stitch on my Brother SE25. It puts the needle in the middle position, but you can do it, I think that's like a 1/4 inch, but I'm not very good at that stuff, so I'm not really sure. Okay. Okay, when we get here, we just kind of want to go a little slow. We want to give it a little room because we're going to stuff that thing in here, and then we're going to go around the corner. So my rule is to do the littles on the top and make that the bottom. So make sure that if it's a directional thing, that you're putting these on the right part. Okay, so we would normally be sewing them going out, but what we're going to do here is we're going to stuff them inside. So we're just going to pull this back a little bit, make sure that your presser foot is up, and have just a tiny bit sticking out, you know, maybe 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Okay, and then try to stuff it along the top as best you can so it doesn't get sewn in over here somewhere. I mean, it shouldn't, but it's just better to kind of, okay, be careful. Okay, so from here, I stopped a little bit too soon, so I'm going to kind of do a curve, but if you got to the right spot, you're going to have it stop and be a sharp curve, or a sharp turn. Okay, and then we're going to go almost all the way down here. We're going to stop right around here. Okay. All right, and now we take the long one and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stuff it in here, the little piece sticking out. We're just going to sandwich it in there, and then you're going to take this part right here and try to stuff it up here so it just kind of stays out of the way, because we're going to turn the corner and we don't want to get it stuck in there. So just do your best, stuff it in there like it's a little pouch. Okay, then readjust everything. And then sew to the end. I sew too fast. I need to turn that down a little, so I'm not able to catch it before it's time. in a race with myself. Okay, so make sure that your pieces are kind of stuffed in there and up to the top, over and out of the way. And with this one, we're just gonna sew all the way down to the edge. We're not gonna stop for any reason. And this is gonna create us a little pouch, okay? My dog is snoring in the background, guys. She's so cute. Okay, and then go ahead and cut your string here because we're going to be, oh, not zoomed in. All right, I'll move that back. So now we have 3 sides sewn. We have pieces sticking out. We have a short piece on the bottom, a long piece on the top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it inside out. And like I said, once you get going on these, it's going to be a lot faster. The video's longer because, you know, I'm explaining everything. But compared to my last fat quarter face mask video, this is so much easier. They come out so much nicer looking, and they're reversible. So I'm super excited about that. All right, so we have our last pieces, and now we have our pouch. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna shove in the sides, kind of like a milk carton. Again, shove it in, and then pull it tight. And that's gonna give us our hem without having to hem anything. Okay, and you wanna take a second and get everything kind of flattened out. Make sure that's all lining up. It is a little bit off on that side. So it is a little bit off on the top on the print, but the actual stuff is fine. The actual size of it is fine. Okay. And now from here, we're not going to stuff it in anything. We are going to, well, we're going to stuff in the end and then have the long piece sticking out. And remember the rule to do the small part on the top if you do it like this, so that you make sure that you get the small size on the top. Okay, and that also matters for directional stuff. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing that we did before. We're just gonna be holding this down. Okay, and then this is also the stitch that's gonna begin, that closes everything up. So in the other video I did, you're gonna see that you're doing all of these stitches anyways, but then you're going in and sewing the straps on later. And that's just a big old pain whenever we can do this and we're already doing all of these same stitches. Okay, and then stuff right there, fling it over. And don't worry about one stitch being enough. Whenever we do the pleating, it's going to give us another couple stitches over all of this, okay? And if it's too thick, just go ahead and use your strap to pull your fabric out of there. Just don't pull hard. Just give it a nice little tug. Okay, as we get to the corner, I'm going to take it and turn it. And in the other video, I think if we ironed it even, but you don't really have to do that either. Oh no, I think that was the hand sew video. Okay, so now we're done here. We're gonna cut, and we have our piece. It's just like a Barbie blanket or a placemat or something like that, but with the straps on. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so sorry about the shift real quick, but we went ahead and finished this, obviously. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our fingers And it doesn't really matter which side you do them on, but you want to try to get it as even as possible. So we're going to take and kind of, oh gosh, how do I do this? How do I explain it? We're going to pull this one up a little bit here. Kind of finger press it over here. These straps are so annoying. Still easier, but annoying in the way. Okay, and once you get going with it, it'll be a lot easier. Okay, and then we're basically just going to do that. Instead of the other way where it made it where we had to be careful being directional, this is just going to give us it's just going to give us a spot on both sides. It's equal on both sides instead of it being pleated down in either direction. And it also gives us this kind of like opening here to, you know, I don't know his name, so I'm not going to do it on his, but on hers, I'm going to put Nicole right across that front part. But then like the other one, you can do some kind of face in the back. Well, it's not the back, it's reversible. So you can do a face on the other side or something cute, you know, or have like a saying inside of there. So whenever it's fully opened, it shows something, but your choice. All right. No, that was a long explanation. So what we're basically trying to do is create that situation, kind of equal on both sides. Okay, and this part will pull apart and underneath. Don't worry about that too much. You can put like a piece of parchment paper or something, some kind of stabilizer there if you want to. This is just, like I said about the cutting, this is just a dirty version. Okay. And then we're going to turn it. Just give it a little bit extra strength with the stitching and also make it where we only have to cut our strings off on that one side. Okay, try to keep all of your straps out of the way. Then you can also use them to help guide your fabric. They're great. They're great and terrible. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, same thing on this side. You want to kind of line it up where the other stitches, but that's not always going to be the best guide. You just want to do your best. Don't rely on that specific guide, and then whenever it fails, you're like, ah! Does it work sometimes? Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Okay, and there we go, you guys. It's all done. And then you only have to trim on one side on each side, and then you're all finished. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys find this much easier than the other way. There's a lot less work, a lot less, because at this point I would be doing all of the pleating, and now I'd have to go in and add straps. Now I don't have to do that. They're already done. And I was already going to do those stitches to create this. Like all the ones I've done in the past, they're like this. And now I have to go in and add straps. But now that I know can do it reversible, I don't even want to mess with these anymore. I want to figure out a different use for them. Or keep them on standby whenever we run out of mask material. And then I don't mind having to add them back then, or at that point. So anyways, I hope you guys like them. If you have any questions, please answer below or find me on Facebook. And I'm in the Brother Sewing group for PE, Brother PE embroidery. And then there's a Brother SE 400 and 500 group, I believe. And just search for them. But then I also have specific sewing groups and stuff like that. And you can also find us on Clever Dog Designs. That's actually the best place to ask questions. Erase all of that other stuff. if you find our business page, and it should be very easy, and I'll link it below. It's just Clever Dog Designs on Facebook. You can ask me questions there, and I can get back to you pretty easy. Alrighty, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.